Hello, everyone, and welcome to Love Chat with the Love Twins. I'm Gladys Diaz, and I'm so excited to be here with you today, wherever you're watching us from, whether it's YouTube or Facebook, or I think we're also on Instagram, wherever you are. Hello and welcome. And as usual, we've got a great topic for you today because if you've looked at the calendar or the calendar on your phone or your actual paper calendar, you're seeing that we're getting progressively closer to the end of the year. And when that happens, people have different feelings about it. Let's just say that some people feel very, very excited about the fact that the year is coming to an end. And some people start to feel a little anxious about it. Some people start to feel a little not so happy about it. So you might find yourself in different places depending on where you are, usually in terms of your goals, in terms of what you thought you could or would accomplish this year. So wherever you are, in whatever space you are, we're here as always to give you some encouragement, to give you not just like the wishful hope, but the hope of seeing that there's actually something possible for you beyond what you see is in front of you right now. Beyond what, regardless of what the past has said, regardless of what Michelle was giving somebody some great coaching today that I got to listen in on, and she says, you've got to stop going to the past for evidence of what's possible for you in the future. So we're going to talk about all of those things today. And the main topic, excuse me, I have a cold, so I may be stopping every once in a while to cough, to wipe my nose or drink water. And I know it's not the most professional thing in the world, and it's what gets to happen because I authentically have a cold that I am working through. But today's topic is really about reflecting. So we are going to take a look at what's happened, but we're not going to use that as the predictor. We're just going to take a look and be real about what happened and then reset. You get to hit the reset button and say, in the time that we have, I think I counted today, we have exactly 21 days. That's 3 weeks before the year ends. What am I committed to creating in the next 3 weeks so that you can actually create the love and the life of your dreams? You actually get to have the love life that's a reflection of your deepest heart's desires. So let's talk about that a little bit. Let me just take a look over here to see who's here. I always like to invite everyone to say hi. And of course, now I feel like I have to sneeze. So it's just going to be interesting. It's just going to be interesting. We just get to work through this together. So who is here? I know that you're here, but I can't see you. So when you join, go ahead and say hi. And that way I can I can say hello back to you. So when we're looking at, whenever you have, let's just talk about it in terms of a year, just because that's where we find ourselves, right? So I don't have to make an analogy. We can actually use what's happening. When you look at the fact that we're close to the end of the year, as I mentioned, there's different spaces that you could be in. The first thing you want to look at without it's got to be a judgment-free zone. It really does have to be a judgment-free zone. Otherwise, you are going to be making something either good or bad or right or wrong, or it should have happened or shouldn't have happened. And none of that energy is really creative energy. That's judgmental energy. You're judging it. You're giving, you're making a decision about whether it's good or bad. Instead, we want to look at what worked, what didn't work, what's working, what's not working. That's a different place to stand. And what that does when you're looking at what's worked and what didn't work, what's working and what's not working, is you actually get to course correct. That's the reset that I was talking about. But it's difficult. Like, it's impossible to course correct until you see where it is that you have been and where you are now. So taking a look at this year, and specifically in the area of your love life, just again, judgment free. I'll probably say it 20 times in the next few minutes. Are you where you wanted to be this year? Have you created the love life that you truly, truly want? And I was giving one of our clients coaching today, and I said, our results are feedback. The results that we either have created or haven't created, They're simply feedback about what worked and didn't work. So if right now you're looking at your love life and you're like, I thought I would be in a relationship by now and I'm not, or I thought this was the year that I was actually going to start dating again. I was going to get out there. I was going to start going to social events. I had a client talking to me about this today. I was going to, start not just put my online dating profile up there, but actually be going out on dates. I want you to think about where you believed that you or thought you would be by this time this year, and have you created the result that you wanted? And again, say it with me. It's a judgment-free zone. Did you say it with me? If you didn't say it with me, say it again. It's a judgment-free zone, because if you start to judge yourself, the brain receives that as wrong or bad, and it immediately is going to resist whatever else we're going to talk about, right? So again, those of you who are here, hello, hello. Make sure you say hi so I know you're there. It just feels weird. I feel like I'm talking to somebody, to nobody, actually to myself, to the picture of myself on the screen. But so the first thing is, did I create what I believed I was going to create this year? And that's a yes or no question. And am I where I thought I would be? And then the next question is, what if the answer is no, like I'm not where I believed I would be, or maybe you made some progress, right? Maybe you did, maybe you weren't dating at all, you weren't even on online dating, you put your profile up there and you've had a few text conversations, but they haven't gone anywhere. Like, look to see, where did I believe I would be by this time? And then if I'm not there, what got in the way? The two really, really simple questions, right? So, where am I? And is that where I said I would be, or I believed I would be? And then if I'm not where I thought I would be, what got in the way? This is where that question of what worked and what didn't work comes in, right? So let's call that the third question. Looking at where I am, what worked? What worked this year? What were the committed actions that I took? What were the things that I had the courage to do that I didn't think I would have the courage to do, or that I hadn't done other years? What's the coaching that I received and I actually applied? And what results did that create? You do want to look at what worked. You can't constantly be looking at what's not happened, what isn't happening, what's not working, because that, again, it's not even about motivating or not motivating. It's just not creative energy. It doesn't put you in the energetic space of causing a new result, because the judgment, right? It just brings it down. So it's not about motivation or even inspiration. It's about, really, am I simply being actual? I call it being actual, factual about what happened, what didn't happen, what worked and what didn't work. So take a look at what those answers are for you. If you feel like you want to put them in the comments, I would absolutely love to be able to be working with with someone to support you with that. And then once you've looked at that, once you've looked at what worked, ask yourself, of the things that have worked, of the things that have really worked this year, what do I want to continue doing? Like, what am I committed to continuing to do? So take a look at what worked this year. So give yourself a few seconds. I'm going to be talking. While I'm talking, just I'm giving you time to answer the questions of the things that you did this year that worked to move you toward where you believed that you would be, or where you wanted to be in your love life. What are the things that you are committed to continue doing? And not just simply because they worked, but because they're going to continue this forward motion, right? This forward movement in the direction of the relationship of your dreams. The coaching I'm giving you right now, I'm telling you, people pay tens of thousands of dollars for this coaching. So if you are not writing down the answers to these questions, like, take out a piece of paper and do it with us, right? If you're watching this on replay, just go ahead and put replay, and then pause when you want to pause, and keep going when you want to keep going. But this is really the kind of coaching that works not just for your love life. It's what moves any area of your life forward, right? It's where did I envision myself being? Am I there? If the answer is no, then what got in the way, right? That would be the what didn't work. I also want to look at what did work, so that I can then determine, am I going to continue? Am I going to double down on it, right? Am I going to do that with more consistency? Sometimes what gets in the way is inconsistency. You start strong, but then you don't finish strong, right? It fizzles out. You stop holding yourself accountable. There's no, you haven't hired somebody to hold you accountable either. And so now it just falls off the plate. It falls off the list of priorities. That's sometimes some of the things that happen. Another thing that could have gotten in the way is, allowing, whether it's an old habit or self-doubt, right? Second guessing yourself, stopping, making a decision and then second guessing yourself and retracting and then trying to move forward again, or the ever popular putting a pause on your dating. Was that something that you did? Because maybe things weren't going the way that you wanted them to, or maybe you met somebody and you started to have feelings for them and then it didn't work out, and now you put a pause on dating to work on yourself. We hear this all the time. You're not alone. I really want you to get that you're not alone. Things aren't going the way I want, so I pause. And I say that it's so that I can work on myself, so I can get clear, but I'm still trying to do that by myself too. And then what happens? What happens is you'll either get into a space of complacency where you'll just like settle for what you got. And settling is different than accepting. Okay. Settling for what you got, or you pretend that it's not important to you. And so you'll throw yourself into other things. The busy, highly driven woman will throw herself usually into her work, into a project, into others, anyone and anything except me and my goal and my dream, right? It is a defense mechanism. It's a protective mechanism. I'm going to put my energy and attention where I feel like I can be a little more successful. So don't judge yourself for it, but just know that your brain's just doing what it was designed to do, which is keep you safe, keep you feeling safe, right? So was it second guessing? Was it inconsistency? Was it getting too busy? Right? We've got a group of highly driven women who are with us in the Date Like a CEO mini course, and some of them are being, at least they're being honest enough, because some people aren't saying anything. They're saying, I just haven't made time for this. And I've given some of them a stretch, like, are you willing to give yourself 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening? When you're sharing your life with another person, they're going to want more than 10 minutes. You're going to want more than 10 minutes from them a day. So are you giving yourself 10 minutes a day in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening to focus on the thing that's going to move you forward? Right? So what got in the way? What worked and what didn't work? What do I want to double down on? What do I want to keep doing? And what am I committed to not repeating? Now, if you're not going to do something, what are you going to do instead? Because just not doing something also is not moving you forward in the direction of your dreams. So what are you going to do instead? What is that step that you're going to take, or steps that you're going to take, so that you get out of the holding pattern or the self-sabotage pattern and you're moving yourself forward with intention. With intention. It's literally, it's an action. When we talk about taking consistent and committed action, that means it's an action that is consistent with my goals, that is consistent with my commitment, and I'm going to do it consistently, right? So there's alignment, there's consistency, and then you're doing it on a consistent basis. One of the things that Michelle and I have seen over and over again that gets in the way is the lack of consistency. You leave an event, a retreat, a 3-day event with us, and you're super high. Like, we know you had a breakthrough you didn't even know you wanted to have, or that you needed to have. You see something that you've been able to release after 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and you are feeling high, right? High on life, free, unleashed. And then life starts to happen, because you've been in this beautiful space for 3 days, and now you're in the real world, so to speak, and life starts to happen, and you stop going online, or you stop going to the social events where you can meet people, or you stop communicating with your coach, or you don't take the actions that you wrote down that you were absolutely going to take at the event. And now you start to feel that second guessing, that lack of trust, because now you're not honoring your word. This is, honestly, it is one of the primary reasons that women are not moving forward in the direction of their dreams. The biggest piece that's missing is the consistency, and a lot of times it's because there's not accountability. So when you don't have a mentor who's telling you, hey, I see you falling into an old pattern. I just talked to a client today. This is an old pattern. It's an old pattern. Why? Let's look at why, not no judging. Let's look at why we reverted to this pattern. Why did you revert to this pattern? What did you get afraid of? What did you make what happened mean? What did you not reach out for coaching for? Like, what's having you go back to this pattern, let's say, of confusion? Having someone stand for you that way, having someone truly be able to help you to see the things that your brain doesn't want to see or that you're afraid to see because you don't know what to do instead, that's priceless. I mean, I say this all the time. I would not be who I am, the woman I am, where I am, creating the things that I am and accomplishing the things that I am if I didn't have a coach. Period, point blank. Because left to my own devices, I'll do what feels comfortable, what I feel like it, right? What I feel like doing. And a lot of times what I feel like doing is sleeping, especially today that I don't feel well. And that's not going to move me forward. Do I still take care of myself? Absolutely. But sleeping every day is not going to move me in the direction of the dreams and to play the games that I'm playing. Like, I want to transform the world through the heart of women. That is not a small game, right? So I'll sleep when it's time to sleep. And then when it's time to work, we get to work. So what is the thing that keeps getting in the way? Is it self-doubt? Is it lack of consistency? Is it procrastination? Is it perfectionism? If it's not perfect, you don't feel like you can move forward. Is it the fear of being disappointed that's gotten in the way? What is it that's gotten in the way? Has it been going back to an old boyfriend, lover, somebody who you know is not the right one, but it feels better than not having anyone there? What is the thing that got in the way for you? When you've identified that, right? And I'm giving you the steps, assuming that you're actually going to take it to the next step. Of course, I'm going to tell you what one of the next steps that you can take is, but just identifying it isn't enough. We got to get underneath that. What, like I told my client today, what had you go back to this state of confusion, to the pattern of confusion when you were just clear, like crystal clear 2 weeks ago? And what she saw is that she's unsure about what to do next, and she's unsure that the steps that she's taking are going to work. Okay, well, let's talk about that, because that's the real issue. The real issue is not that you cannot be in the loving relationship of your dreams. That's not true for anyone. It's that something keeps getting in the way, or you still haven't broken through the thing that there is to break through. So let's just break through it together. One of the easiest ways to do that is to work with a coach. And one of the easiest ways to work with a coach is happening next week, because Michelle and I are doing a masterclass. It is the last masterclass of this year. It's the last one we have on the calendar. And it is called Unlimited Love. And why unlimited? Because there is nothing that could stand in the way between you and the loving relationship that you want. The amount of love that you get to experience, the depth of the love that you get to experience, the fulfillment that you get to experience is unlimited. It's only limited by what? Your fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs. So let's break through that together. So we are having this masterclass next week, and we've changed it up a little bit. So it's going to be next Tuesday, December 17th. So we won't be having a love chat. We'll be starting right at 6:30 with the masterclass. It's absolutely free. So make sure you click on the link that we're dropping into the comments right now. Why are we doing it free? Because A, we feel like it, right? I just said I do things I feel like it, but also so there's no excuses so that you're there and we can have this opportunity to spend time together. And then from 6:30 to 8:30, we're going to do the actual, what we call the main session, which is the workshop on how do you create your dream relationship in 2025? Like really getting that vision crystal clear. And here are the steps for making that vision come true. We're getting it done in 2 hours. It is a workshop, so we'll be working through it together. That's why I said it's one of the fastest ways that you can break through any of the things that are standing in your way. And then we do have a VIP hour. The reason we're doing the VIP hour is because we've got a lot of content we're going to be teaching. It's going to be interactive. You're going to be doing things. It's not just us, talking at you. But then in the VIP hour, what we get to do is, now that you've got your vision, you might have a question about what's my next step? How do I do this? This is the thing that I saw got in the way. And how do I break through that? So that's what we're going to do. That's where we get to have more of I would say one-on-one, but it's like we get to like personally answer questions, coach people through it. If you've ever been in any one of our events where we're coaching somebody, everybody gets a breakthrough. not just the person who's getting coached. And of course, you get to raise your hand and we will call on you, if we have the opportunity to. But the important part of this is that questions will be answered, not just with good ideas or things that sound nice, but with proven practices that have been proven over and over and over again, thousands of times over, with the women that we've worked with all over the world. Because if they can be in the happy, loving, committed, passionate, connected relationship that they always dreamed of, there is absolutely, positively no reason why you cannot be in the relationship of your dreams in 2025. There isn't one. The only reason, if you thought of one, is the one that's in your head. And that's the one you get to bring to the workshop so we can break through that sucker, to not say another bad word, together. Okay. So this masterclass is one of the best ways to wrap up the year. I started by saying you want to look at, did I hit the goal that I wanted to when it comes to my love life? Do not stay in the no. Maybe you did. What's your next step? I say this all the time. When you achieve a goal, it's not a finish line. It's the what's next line. What's my next best step? What's the next thing that I get to do to take myself, my love, my relationship to another level? So if you haven't reached the goal that you wanted to have in 2024, then you absolutely want to be at the Unlimited Love Workshop. If you did reach the goal, then you absolutely want to be there so that we can set the next one together, right? And nothing gets in your way of hitting that goal. This is such a powerful way to bring the year to a close with a very clear plan that you can start taking right away. You can start taking those steps right away and start creating your dream relationship of 2025 in 2024. 3 weeks is a long time, ladies. We're going to have 2 weeks by the time we have this workshop, it's going to be 2 weeks before the end of the year. And I'm telling you, in a day, my life changed. I was stood up by somebody. I was crying in a room closet. My friend took me dancing. And that night, that same exact night where I was sure that my heart was broken and I would, that was the reason why I was never going to be in a relationship again. So I just couldn't take that pain. That same exact day, something changed. If somebody had told me 2 weeks before that I was going to meet my husband on that night, like the man who's going to be my husband for the rest of my life, I would have told them they were insane. They were insane, because it certainly wasn't the guy who stood me up, because he was telling me he wasn't interested in a relationship. It just felt better than being alone. Look, you know why it's a judgment-free zone? Because we've been there. We've been where you are. And if we can get to the other side of it, then we know that, people have tried to convince us otherwise. I'm telling you, we know that there is absolutely no reason why you cannot be in the loving relationship of your dreams. We just had another engagement announced last week. These things are happening, and they're not just happening to people out there somewhere. People, women in our community, women that you know, women that you've seen at our events, like the workshop that we're having on Tuesday, the Ultimate Love Workshop. So if you want a clear plan, if you want to end this year in integrity, right? You want to end it knowing, okay, I completed whatever it was I did, whatever I didn't do. We're going to get that out of the way. Whatever it was that stopped me, we're going to break through that together at the workshop. And then clear path to starting the relationship of your dreams in 2024. So you can be in it in 2025. We have a beautiful process that we teach. It's the process that's been taught over and over and over again. Women will call us when they send us their engagement picture or their wedding pictures. It was the vision. It was my love vision. I am living my love vision. So we want you to be in your love vision as well. So make sure you join us. Remember, 6:30 to 8:30 is the main session. That's where we're going to be doing the teaching, the workshop piece. And then 8:30 to 9:30 is the VIP hour. There is a very small upgrade amount for the VIP hour. You're going to get an hour of coaching. You get to keep both of the recordings of the general session and the VIP session. The recordings will only be sent to the VIPs. And the reason you want to do that is so that you can continue doing the work, right? We're going to do the workshop. There's going to be exercises. Do it with another goal. Maybe you have a financial goal. Maybe you have a health goal. After the event, go back and take yourself through the same steps that we're going to do for your love vision in that other area of your life that you also want to have exponential, crazy, fantastic results in. All right. So this is our invitation to you. We're super excited. We really were not going to do another event after the Irresistible Woman Live. And we chose to do this so that we are giving you one more opportunity to get clear, break through, and be on the path to creating the happy, loving relationship that you get to be in for the rest of your life. That you don't ever, and you've heard me say this before, and I'm going to say it again, never, ever in your life do you ever have to give up one dream so that you can have another. Never. You don't ever have to give up your dream of being in a happy, loving relationship where you feel fulfilled and loved, adored, cherished, supported, seen, heard. You don't ever have to give that up for a career. You don't ever have to give that up for your finances. You don't have to give that up for your health. You really don't. You get to have every single one of your dreams. And Michelle and I, our purpose in life, our mission in life is to help as many women as possible realize just how powerful they are and how much power they have to create the life and the love that their hearts desire. So that's what we're going to be doing together on Tuesday. You get to use today, this love chat, as the moment to reflect and hit the reset button. Okay, I haven't hit that goal yet. I'm going to hit reset, and here's what I'm committed to doing between tonight and Tuesday. And you want to take a committed action, go ahead and register right now. Register for the Unlimited Love Workshop and then upgrade to VIP. Why wouldn't you put yourself at the top of your holiday list and give yourself a gift that's going to continue paying off for years and years and years? It's just going to keep giving you the love, the happiness, the fulfillment, the freedom, the joy, the peace that you desire and deserve. So that is my invitation to you, because once you hit reset, then it's time to start moving forward. We're going to realign my desires, my thoughts, my words, my actions, my beingness. Everything is going to be aligned so that I can step into 2025 with purpose, a clear path, the step-by-step directions. That's what we're going to do in the workshop. You're going to get step-by-step directions on how to create a vision that's not just a wish, a want, a dream, but it's actually a solid vision that you get to then see and create and make it a reality. And there's no bigger honor in our life than to be able to do that with you. So make sure that you click on the link, go ahead, register for the workshop, and then upgrade to VIP so that you get that additional hour, and then you get to keep the recording so that you can keep doing the work with obviously your love life, and then also any other area of your life that you would like to have a breakthrough in, that you want to create a new vision for in 2025. Okay, so what we don't want is for you to end this year, like close your eyes on December 31st or January 1st, depending on how late you go to bed, and you wish you had done something differently. There's no lower vibration on the energy scale than guilt, regret, shame. You just don't want that. Hit that reset button. Let's get realigned, and let's step into 2025 with clarity, with intention, and with the steps that are going to take you directly in the direction of your dreams. And then we get to celebrate more weddings. Like we're not opposed to that. We get to celebrate more engagements, more weddings, more women stepping into their power. We know that one of those women will be you. So go ahead, grab your spot. We'll see you Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. We're going to start right on time, and then we'll see you at 8:30 p.m. for the VIP hour, which is the coaching and training, additional coaching and training based specifically on the questions that you bring to that session. All right. We absolutely believe in you. We love you. We know that your dream is just a few steps away. Let us give you the steps, and then let us walk with you every step of the way. All right. So we can celebrate all along the way. And then when we get to that point, remember, it's not a finish line. It's my what's next line. All right, everyone, have a great evening. I cannot wait to see all of you on Tuesday. And until our hearts meet again, always remember that you are loved. Goodbye for now.